Welcome to Extra Time. I'm your host Dave Crichton, and we're bringing you the news and views after the final whistle. Coming up on today's pilot episode. Coming up on today's show, we have Hamza Hassan, a Barcelona supporter from Bradford, and Ishmael Khan, who supports Manchester United.
Thanks for having us.
No worries. And what better place to start? The weekend has passed. Leicester City have won the Premiership title. It sounds strange just saying it. What are your thoughts on that, Hamza?
To think they were in League One only 2 years ago, it's truly magnificent. And to see where they are today, it's crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Yeah,
Ishmael, standout player this season for Leicester.
I have to say Mahrez as well and Vardy, both partnerships. You wouldn't expect both good players, like no one even know them, and coming in the Premier League and showing what they've got, working as a team. Best thing that's ever happened for Leicester City, to be honest with you.
I mean, Hamza, if we think back to the start of the season, when, Pearson left and
The relegation favourites.
favourites, and, Ranieri was brought in, and, at the time that the press were saying it was a bad appointment. What are your
The
thoughts
press
on
were
that
probably
now?
thinking right now, they probably need to rethink before judging anyone next season. You could see Burnley and Middlesbrough, who have been recently promoted. They could even win it. Anyone can win it. That's Leicester have given the motivation to all clubs in the Premier League, not just the top four, to win the title.
Given all clubs some hope, for next season.
Yeah, definitely.
Who do you think going into next season? Who do you think are going to be looking to hunt Leicester down realistically?
Ooh.
What teams have really underperformed?
Underperformed.
It has to be
Yeah.
Watford. Watford, although their season was good, and we see Newcastle, Aston Villa, and probably Norwich deciding on this last weekend, probably going to go down. But to be honest, Watford's season wasn't brilliant. It started off good with Ighalo giving some really strong performances, scoring many goals in the Premier League. But they need to step up their game, or they're going down next season.
I agree with you there. I think they reached a place during the season where they realised they were safe. They were doing well in the FA Cup, and they took the foot off the gas a little bit.
Yeah.
And when the goals dried up for Ighalo, as you know, there was no goals coming from anywhere else in the team. And I've heard the manager looks like he's going at the end of the season.
Yeah.
So another team that struggled is Everton. What are your thoughts on Everton this season?
Everton, I've always had a soft spot for Everton. They've always been in the Premier League for me since I've been alive. And I thought at the beginning that Martinez was a really good appointment. You had Brian Oviedo scoring them goals, and everyone was hyping him up as if he was the next big thing, and now he's just faded back down. And to have a talent like Lukaku, who's like just being wasted there, he deserves a top club. I'd be happy to have him at Barcelona. Oh, I'm sure you'd be happy enough to have him at Man United.
Ishmael, what are your thoughts on Martinez? Does he need another season, or is it time for him to go?
I think he must have another chance. Yeah, I think he can pull it out of all the players, and he can show what he's got. Yeah.
Obviously, with Leicester, everyone's got hope in the Premier League now, and you don't know what's going to happen. Everton could win it next season.
It's unexpected. Yeah.
We'll see what the summer brings in terms of transfers
Signings,
and signings.
New
But
players,
Barcelona fan, Leicester City, Barcelona next year. What are your thoughts
I'm
on
getting
something
scared
like
of that match. No, but Barcelona, their squad, to think Lionel Messi, Luis Suarez, and Neymar, who are all in form right now, to think Vardy, Mahrez, and even Danny Drinkwater to say, I don't think Leicester would stand a chance in the Champions League. It's their first time in the Champions League.
Yeah.
Obviously, they're going to learn from their mistakes, but if they can keep up staying in the top four and stay in the Champions League, it's happened with Man City. They won the league and they couldn't even get past the quarters in the Champions League. So if they just keep at it every season, within I'd say 3 seasons, they have a chance in the Champions League. But right now, with Barcelona and, dare I say, even Real Madrid with the best squads in Europe, I don't think Leicester have any chance. I don't even think they'll make it out of the group stage.
It'll be a big challenge for them, but I think that if they work as a team as they did in the Premier League and put all the stunts out into the what do you call it?
I mean, a lot of bigger clubs with bigger squads and more money than Leicester have struggled
Yeah.
with the Wednesday night playing on Saturday as well,
Yeah.
the format. So, we could potentially see a drop-off, which leads me on to my next point that I wanted to talk about. You know, West Ham last night, coming from behind to beat Man United.
United.
Last game at the Billing Ground.
Yeah.
Ishmael, what are your thoughts on that as a United fan?
I mean, I would expect United to have a lot more, like, playing more as a team as well. And obviously with the new manager as well, Van Gaal, he has done a good job, but I don't think he's pulled all the good things out of the players
And to be
shown it. Yeah.
to be
the
fair,
fans.
the team bus last night, that obviously played a factor in United's downfall. To be shooken up by something that vile and disgusting from the fans, it's obviously going to affect the way you play your game. And when United went 2-1 up, you could see it in their face there, the fear that there could be a riot or something, because the bottles have been thrown. Anything could happen in the match. It's the last game. The fans are passionate about their performance, the team's performance, and it's obviously their last game, so United were scared, I could say.
I mean, the West Ham chairman came out last night and said, there was only a couple of minor scratches on the bus, but we've seen some of the footage since. It's pretty shocking, isn't it? Yeah. So how do you think West Ham will get on next season? And new ground, injection of cash from the TV, the new TV deal. How can we see?
Well,
West
Dimitri
Ham
Payet, he's one of my favourite players in the league right now. He's been in form every week. His free kicks are absolutely beautiful, and the way he makes assists and makes play out of nothing is absolutely fantastic. With the likes of Antonio, Sacco, and Valencia, that pace that you have up front, Payet is surrounded by really fast players and players that can get to any of his crosses. And if they keep that up, and with the rumoured signing of Theo Walcott, this could be an absolutely amazing season for West Ham next year. They could still, obviously, we'll see in this next week, but if they make it into the Europa League, I think they'd stand a chance in that. We see Liverpool going to the League Cup final, the Europa League final next week. Then obviously West Ham, I think they'd, even on Liverpool's best day, West Ham would probably be them.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that. Looking forward to the Euros in the summer. I seen a picture in the paper the other day of Jamie Vardy and Harry Kane sat on the bench for Leicester a few seasons ago when Kane was on loan, had an unsuccessful loan down there. Would you start them in the Euros, or is there still a place up front for Wayne Rooney?
Not sure, yeah.
Well, basically, Roy Hodgson, if I were thinking in his mind, I know for a fact he'd want to start Rooney. It's his go-to man in the English team. He's the most well observed from all the fans. He's always in the news. He's always looked at. He has his critics. But if I were to pick my team for the Euros, I'd definitely start with Kane and Vardy, because Kane, as he doesn't have pace, but at the same time he has a shot that could make a finish out of nothing. But Vardy has the pace to get to areas where very quickly, as to say the German defenders or the French defenders, they don't have the pace to keep up with Vardy. So England do actually stand a chance in this Euros.
Who are we predicting then? Final predictions, Ishmael. Euros in France.
Euros. It's pretty tough, so I'm not too sure what.
If I were to predict it, it'd probably have to be, I'd say Italy. I've been watching a lot of Serie A recently. The talent that's coming out of Italy right now, with the likes of Marchisio and Barzagli and Bonucci, with coming off the back of another Serie A title, they'll have the momentum to go all the way.
France are going to be difficult to beat on their own patch, so definitely one to look out for.
Even with the Juventus squad, with Pogba, you've got your Payets and you've got your Pogbas, and it's just going to work for France, I think. Their home advantage as well.
I think it's going to be really exciting, so that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming in and joining me in the
Thank you.
studio on this pilot episode.
Okay, thank you.
So coming up now, we've got the Crossbar Challenge.
Thank you, Dave. This is the Crossbar Challenge. Are you going to cut that out? Scenes, absolute scenes. Storms.
Go for it. Go.